Here we go again. I mean, this is the truth show, and here we go again. I'm not done. Oh, and there's more. Oh, I'm not done yet. I mean, this is the truth show. Oh, yes.
Hello, everyone. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, 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 welcome. I hope you guys are ready for a very, very much packed, detailed. I didn't realize there was a lot of news out there. I'm gonna be real with you. So a lot of this news is last minute. Just to give you a heads up, a lot of this news is literally last minute because yeah, I had to fill it in at the last minute, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm quite aware that the all right. So anyway, as I was stating here, yeah. So a lot of this news is definitely last minute. I wasn't aware that a lot of this news was even in the news, so I had to put it in literally at the last minute. But it doesn't matter because we're gonna get through it very diligently, and I'm gonna try to get through it carefully. Seriously. Okay. And if your thing is buffering, just please roll with the punches. Please just hang in there. Y'all already know what's going on. That's not me. That's not my internet. My internet is actually fine. I don't know why it does that. It's freaking annoying. I'm gonna be rude too. So just try to just hang in there. That's the only thing I can say about that. Okay. Now, as I was stating here, I want to say welcome back. I want to say welcome back to the Truth Show, my truth seekers. I'm Kisha, and today we're going beyond the surface to expose the systematic cracks that are finally showing. We have major, unignorable updates to the Trump Epstein corruption, leaks and deep dive into dangerous new immigration bill that could upend lives by threatening to revoke citizenship. You heard that correctly. Legal tensions are also reaching a boiling point as Trump, defiance of court orders to remove his name from the Kennedy Center, spirals into fresh confrontations. We get into all the details regarding that. In the cosmic and cultural sphere, we're breaking down the symbolism of Pleiadians and the Age of Aquarius. The latest rumors surrounding Beyoncé Renaissance Act 3 and the dark era zodiac energy of Doja Cat. Plus, we'll cover the latest Cardi B, Kylie Jenner, Timothée Chalamet, how I pronounce that damn boy name, as well Ariana Grande, recent body positive moments and changes. It's a mix of cosmic shifts, celebrity, and culture truths. With all of that being said, yes, we have a lot to cover, and I'm going to try to get through it in a reasonable amount of time. Here are your warnings. Because what I'm talking about, I'm going to definitely need some warnings, straight up. I'm going to definitely have to, dot my I's and cross my T's with this one.
Please note that this is all alleged. I've never met any of these people. I've deeply researched all of my information. This is a trigger warning. In this video, I may be talking about or showing sensitive material about some subjects or topics that may be disturbing or upsetting or may bring forth some troubling memories, as you read in the description or title. With that said, either end the video now or brace yourself. Aside from that, enjoy.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks, Max. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Okay, make sure that is on there. Okay, now of course let me put up my intro because I always forget to put up this cockamamie intro. I'll be forgetting I even have the intro. Seriously. All right, now starting off here, we're going to talk about the Epstein files. Yes, Epstein files and Trump, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, all of them are in the Epstein files. So the DOJ released 3 million pages of Epstein-related files, as we know, under the Epstein Files Transparency Act, as we know. Okay. Now, there has been coverage in those referencing to Trump, Musk, Gates, and Lutnick, etc., and that some documents were removed and re-uploaded, raising questions about handling and redactions. Now, please understand, I'm not making any of this up. There are some powerful names that appear in the files. Major outlets are reporting on it. The cover-up angle is, pretty much the commentary of this news that's been leaked slowly, selectively, and sloppily. This material is being released. So a lot of questions are going in on what's going on with these files. There has been a lot of speculation and things of that nature. See, understand this, you guys. Okay, mainstream outlets like NBC and then I think his name is Yazira and Slate are all reporting on the new Epstein files. Millions of pages released by the DOJ, Trump, Musk, Gates, and the others are mentioned in different ways. Now, the government even briefly moved and then re-upload a file that include Trump references. So any files that had Trump references, they removed them and re-uploaded them. Excuse me. And those are facts, okay? So that was covering up Trump's name. That's pretty much what's the conspiracy that's been reporting. Now you understand this. When files come out messy, redacted, and half released, which are sheer signs of a cover-up, whether it's incompetence or protection of the power and the poor quality of the files, the effect is the same. Public trust collapses. Oh, I'm not done yet because there's a lot more, trust me. Okay, now MSN reports describes internal chaos inside the White House, the Situation Room, as new Epstein-related files continue to surface publicly. According to the article, senior officials were frustrated and scrambling because being released in waves, and some contain references to high-profile political figures. That's pretty much a fact, including Donald Trump. Said it was trying to cover up Donald Trump's name. And the staff reportedly argued over how to respond to the leaks and how to manage the political fallout, especially on how to cover up Trump's name being in the files. Now, the article also mentions Senator J.D. Vance proposing an unusual idea related to the situation, which added to the tension. Like he had an idea to try to redact Trump's name off the files because he's accused of doing a lot of heinous things, and their main goal was to remove his name and cover up the files or remove the files altogether from those files. This is the information that's being leaked. Okay, so the tone of reporting suggests a White House trying to control the narrative while the documents keep emerging faster than they can spin them. Now, you can understand, I can safely say, according to an MSN report, the White House had a situation meltdown, and these are facts, okay, over the Epstein files. Staff were reportedly panicking about the leaks, the reference to Trump and J.D. Vance's strange proposal. Now, that's my opinion. That's what the article, you understand, this is not my opinion. Let me rephrase that. That's what the article is saying. Now, I want you to take a look at these clips, and then we'll pretty much go from there. But here are my receipts, okay? Before I take you to these clips. Here's what you need to understand here. First, we have to start with the source, as you can see here. MSN published a report describing a situation meltdown over the files. They said staff were scrambling because the leaks mentioned high-profile names, including Trump, which means they all literally took this as a serious, high-profile, high-alert situation because all of the heinous things that Trump was allegedly being described and doing in those files. So him and his staff literally got together in the situation room to come up with some kind of agenda to remove his name from the files and to cover Donald Trump ASS. That's what's going on here. That's what's being leaked. And JD Vance and his entire team knew of Trump being in those files, and they knew of the allegations that Trump was being accused of. Okay. And then we have to add the commentary here. Okay. My commentary is this: when the government panics over documents that were supposed to be transparent, the public assumes there's something to hide. As you know, them trying to cover up Donald Trump's name or redact his name or remove his name, or probably Netanyahu or what the fuck his name is, his name and all of their crazy names from his entire party, because they're all corrupted as hell, is definitely signs of a cover-up. Okay. Now, this ties into the whole thing I'm talking about right here, okay? So now you got to understand, this isn't about left or right. It's about power and secrecy, okay? That's what it is, power and secrecy. Now, take a look at these clips. Now, this is when they were trying, this video here is when they was trying to take down the Donald Trump's name off the John F. Kennedy building. This is like a little clip. I'm not gonna play that clip now because it's honestly in the wrong place, but I'm gonna pull up this clip right here. So just give me a moment here.
JD Vance has been leading cover-up of the JD Vance has been leading the White House cover-up of the Epstein files. Explosive new reporting in the New York Times came out yesterday that details how senior White House officials, led by Vice President JD Vance, including people like Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, Greg Bovino, and so many others, sat in the White House Situation Room to strategize about how they would cover up the Epstein files. The details were astounding to read. We've long suspected, I've been saying this is the most egregious cover-up in American history, but to see that people like Vice President JD Vance were sitting and talking about ideas like, let's have Tucker Carlson go interview Ghislaine Maxwell, who is convicted of one of the most insane and horrific child sex trafficking operations ever, so that she can take the blame off of Donald Trump. Those are the kinds of ideas that Vice President JD Vance was suggesting. And the entire thing is crazy. Highly recommend. Every single American needs to read this. I'm actually back here at the Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein files reading room. This is in Washington, D.C., meeting with survivors of Epstein, Maxwell, and so many other rich and powerful men. I was here yesterday, and I'm sure
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we are currently dealing with at the moment. We are dealing with a bunch of people trying to cover up the Epstein files. That's currently what we're dealing with at the moment. They're trying to cover up Donald Trump's name, and they're doing it by any means necessary. Literally. They're literally trying to cover up his name by any means necessary. And wait for it to load. It's just buffering at the moment. I'm so sorry about that, but just stay with me here. Yeah, it's definitely acting very strange. So just hold on. Yes. Absolutely. Okay, so with that being said, let's talk about this immigration bill and declaring citizens dead. Yes, this is what Trump is, him and his team are desperately, and I do mean desperately, trying to get a bill passed to do. Here's what they're trying to do, which is seriously unconstitutional, barbaric, and sick. Now, here's where, we need to talk about. Now, there's a lot of fear online about immigration bills and expanded presidential power. Some people are saying Trump could declare citizens dead. So he's trying to have the power to declare citizens dead. That's what Trump is trying to do at the moment. He want to be able to declare citizens deceased or erase people on paper altogether. That's what he's trying to do. Okay? Now, legally, no bill can just hand a president the power to kill citizens or on paper without running into the Constitution, due process, and courts, which Trump and his modern day KKK / ICE members are not following the Constitution at all. I just want to point that out. They are literally not following the Constitution. They are doing whatever the hell they want to do. They are not, and I have to say this, they are not following the Constitution. Okay? Please understand that. They are not following the Constitution. They're doing whatever they want to do. And those are facts, seriously. But that's literally what they're doing. Okay, so, but the fear itself is the story. People don't trust that expanded executive power be used fairly. So even if the text, because they watch rights chip away, trust anything that they're saying. You know what I'm saying? So let me just say this here. Okay. This is literally in the bill for them to have the power to declare U.S. citizens dead on paper so they can do whatever they want to. That way, the people and these little modern day KKK / ICE members can have the freedom to do whatever they want. This is literally legalizing trafficking and declaring slave ships. That's what Trump is trying to pass a bill to do. Now, this is how people are reading, and that's the fear revealing. So let me break it down in a factual, what isn't being reported by the mainstream. So what's factual? Several immigration bills have included expanded executive authority over border enforcement and deportation procedures. Okay. There's legal scholars who have raised concerns about broad or vague language that could allow overreach. Yes. Absolutely. Okay. Now, what is not supported by any mainstream reporting, no bill gives a president the power to declare citizens that is literally illegal and unconstitutional. But we already know Trump don't follow the Constitution. He do whatever the hell he wants to, and they allow him to do whatever the hell he wants to. Okay? So understand this. There is a lot of fear online about immigration bills giving Trump extreme authority over citizenship because he want to have this unlimited power of citizenship so he can have sex slaves and traffic any age. That's what he wants. Him and Israel have this huge trafficking ring going on here. And this is serious. This is where allegedly Epstein is hiding out in Israel. So Trump extreme authority over citizenship status. Legal experts say no bill allows a president to declare citizens dead, but the fear itself shows how deeply people distrust expand executive power, because thus far, until now, they allow Trump to get whatever he can do, whatever he wants. I mean, he built a whole goddamn stadium in the front yard of the White House. He completely destroyed and dismantled the White House, and he only been there for a year and a half. Come on now. It's hard to trust anything they say. It's hard to say, okay, sure, we believe you. We know, we seriously, you have our backs. Of course, we believe you. Of course. I'm sorry, it's hard to believe that shit. It's hard to believe that they have our back. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to believe, like, okay, we trust everything that you say. We put full faith and trust into you because we know you will lead us right. Absolutely. Do what you have to do. No, we are not trusting them to do any goddamn thing because they have not proved to us that they could. You know what I'm saying? And that is a fact. Seriously. Now let's move on to Elon Musk. Elon Musk, SpaceX, and the trillionaire myth. Now, I'm a flat earther, so I don't believe in the space, and I think he's wasting his goddamn money. He's going to get the whole global earth, and that crop is going to get seriously blown out of the water, and I cannot wait. Now, reports have been saying for years that Elon Musk could become the world's first trillionaire, largely off of Tesla, SpaceX, and he's not a trillionaire yet. They said he could be, okay? Largely off Tesla, SpaceX, and the government-backed contracts. Now, whether you believe in space or not, like me, I'm a flat earther who questions the whole premise. The money is real, though. The public funds are real. So my issue isn't just rockets, it's wealth, concentration. We're told it's about exploration and humanity future. But somehow the future always seems to make one man richer while the rest of us are arguing over rent, grocery, and bills. But he seems to get unlimited money. And where's all this unlimited money going? Because Trump literally obliterated all the programs. Affordable Care Act, public schooling, Department of Education. Other programs that we had intact for major crisis, natural disasters. He cut the funding for all that crap. But they're sending out $70 billion for his modern day KKK ICE members. And they trying to send more money for other crap. And then they want to approve a $300 billion freaking deal to go to freaking Iran because he apparently had a problem with Obama deal, which was only $400 million. This is where we're at right now. This is getting freaking out of freaking control. He's bankrupting the country, kind of, even though we literally print our own money, but still, that's what's going on here. Hold on, what are you saying here? Just logged on. I thought us niggas are 3 to 5 humans. So that there's something like tell them in court. Okay. Money's real flat, although shit is flat. Good. Gladstone, firmament. Facts. Yes, facts. Definitely. I agree. So that's what's going on here. So here's what we need to understand here. The grounding is government contracts, trillionaire projects, like this trillionaire projections. He's not really a trillionaire. He don't got that much money in the bank. He just estimated worth that much. Now, the myth of progress versus material reality, because I think we need to differentiate what's real and what's fact. What's just the rumor and what's really going on. Okay, so understand that this particular segment with Elon Musk is power, secrecy, and the stories we're told. Now, you understand the Epstein files show us how power hides. The immigration panic show us how power expands. And then you have the Musk SpaceX trillionaire story shows us how power sells us a future we never voted on. He's steady pouring money into the nonsense space. He can't go anywhere because the firmament literally blocks him from going anywhere. So he's literally selling the illusion of space. So this is fictional information. He's selling the illusion of space. He's selling lies because who's going to prove it? Unless someone on the inside say, look, we don't have A, B, and C, no one's going to prove this bullshit as lie. Okay? Literally. So Well, so it says from the mainstream outlets like Bloomer, SpaceX. Now, whether you believe in space like me or you question the entire premise, like I said, the public funding, again, is real and the wealth concentration is real. Well, anyways, I hope you enjoy this whole little thing he's got going on here, because I guarantee you it won't last. It'll be so nice to see the richest man in the world become the most talked about richest empire destructing and collapsing for us to see, because I'm telling you right now, that's exactly what's going to happen in this new age. Guaranteed. Okay, now let's talk about the trending figures of the Pleiades and the red gold uniform AI that was literally posting. And why this post is blowing up everywhere. Why is this post blowing up everywhere? That's the question, because it's literally blowing up everywhere. And people wonder, like, why is this post blowing up everywhere of all posts? Well, I'm going to explain that, okay? Let me just play this clip.
Here, on the South Lawn, we are witnessing something truly extraordinary. Two Nordic elders, 444 light years, carrying the cure for every disease known to man. And they have wandered into the territory of the apex dealmaker. Oh, this is a rare privilege. Watch closely now. They reach into his mind, expecting layer upon layer of deception, and they find a single image, perfectly clear. It is him, wearing one of their jackets. In 11,000 years of contact, no species has ever tried to buy the uniform. And now, on Sunday's card, the elder has declined. Good Lord, he has lowered the offer to the prelims. They came carrying the cure for everything. They are leaving with 2 tickets to the ellipse, not cage side. He does not give away cage side. Wait, he has seen us. He is looking directly at us. He's pointing at the camera. He says the footage is licensed. He says we owe him. Run. Run!
Okay, please understand this is AI image, but whoever thought of this AI image is very, very telling. It's very, very exposing. It's very, very revealing. It's very, very prophesizing. And I'm going to break it down to you, okay? Now, you understand. Now, this particular image, it mixes politics with myth, and people love the myth, and I love a myth, okay? Now, it takes a real political figure, okay? Takes a... Right. I get you. Absolutely. And thanks for hanging in there. Absolutely. Okay. Now it takes a real political figure and drops into mythic cosmic scenario. Now with the Pleiades, telepathy and fusion technology. That's what the Pleiades. That blend of the familiar, the absurd, the cosmic creates instant shareability. It feels like modern folklore, which is why people are trying to share it. It uses the deep pan government memo voice. Now, narrator sounds like a bureaucrat reporting something impossible with total seriousness. The tone is catnip for the internet. It's the same. I'm telling you why it's trending. It's the same style that made SCP Foundation stories and creepypasta government files so viral, if you guys remember that. But it's very interesting, you see. It's a commentary without being preachy. People can read it as satire, meaning with humor, political commentary, sci-fi humor, a metaphor for humanity's priorities, or just a wild story. It doesn't tell you what to think. It lets you interpret it for yourself. That's why it spreads across all sides of political spectrum, because people like to give commentary. Is this real? Tell me this is real. Is he meeting with this? It's AI, but still. Who whoever dropped this, they had a reason to drop this, and it definitely is foretelling and saying a lot right now. And I'm going to break it down. You got to understand the imagery is striking. Tall, pale, red uniform Pleiadians on the White House lawn. It looks like a scene from a prestige sci-fi series. Even people who knows it's fake shares it because the visual is so freaking iconic and it deliver messages, you see. It taps into a collective anxiety. The story mentions atomic weapons, ocean collapse, it's AI, humanity's trajectory. These are real fears wrapped in humor. People share it because it feels like truth disguised in fiction. It's funny, but uncomfortably true. You know what I'm saying? The idea that humanity would decline, clean fusion, the cure of every disease, propulsion equations, a counter offer with pay-per-view view is hilarious. And it's painfully believable. That's why it sticks. And we need something with humor. It's getting freaking serious out here. Now, the deeper reason why it's trending, it's about aliens. It's about us. It's a mirror held up to society wrapped in a joke delivered like a classified memo. That's why it's everywhere. But I want to know more. And I want to know why this is coming up. For some reason, generally, I take these AI images with a grain of salt. But for some reason, I really want to dive deep into this. I don't know why. I just do. Okay? So let's dive deep into why, of all AIs, they chose this one. Okay, the Pleiadians. Understand the Pleiadians equals higher consciousness, the advanced civilization archetype. See, you understand, in the new age of historical Now, understand this. See, you understand their height and appearance, as you saw in their height and appearance here, equals superiority without dominance. 7 feet tall, calm, elegant, and red and gold uniforms. This is mythic language. Okay? They represent moral heights, ethical evolution, clarity, discipline, and unity. They are not here to conquer. They're here to judge silently. Their presence exposes how small our leaders behave in comparison. Okay? So telepathy, truth that cannot be spun. See, telepathy is myth always symbolized transparency, honesty, the ability to lie, the collapse of political theater. In the story, telepathy is the ultimate threat to a political system built on messaging, spin, and narrative control. So if they can deliver messages telepathy, it definitely eliminates and it jeopardizes the whole regime that Trump and his team is built on. Okay? Because they aren't able to control the narrative anymore. Now, the president mind being empty except for wanting the jacket is satire, but symbolically it means the aliens expect complexity and found pure ego. Now that's the joke and indictment. Okay, now here's their offer. The offer is fusion, cures, and propulsion. Humanity's missed destiny. You understand? This is the oldest mythic thing. The gods offer enlightenment and human choice, or why they choose chaos, I should have said. The gift represents clean energy, healing, transcendence, evolution, the next stage of civilization. Humanity counteroffers pay-per-view, merchandising, licensing, spectacle symbolically. See, you understand, we trade enlightenment for entertainment, but they're asking for enlightenment. They're asking for clear transparency. They're asking for more purification, so to speak. Okay, enlightenment, God reaching conscious status. This is what these Pleiadians are. Someone, they don't know who dropped this AI image, but this was a message. This AI was a message. See, their withdrawal equals a fall from grace. When the Pleiadians withdrew their offer, it echoes, because they're trying to, in the AI image, you see they were trying to plead with Trump, but he was not trying to do it because he's trying to hold on to a regime and age that no longer works anymore. So when the Pleiadians withdraw their offer, it echoes angels withdrawing blessings, if you believe in that, even though blessings means to sacrifice. But I'm going to say manifestations. God's abandoning corrupt kings. Higher beings decide humanity isn't ready. It's not punishment, it's disappointment. They came to elevate us. We tried to sell them UFC tickets. He tried to sell them UFC tickets, but they're about truth, evolution, and unity. Trump is about lies, corruption, diversion, and dominance. Now, you understand the red and gold jackets equals vanity and the corruption of myth. Red equals power, desire, ego. Gold equals wealth, status, and royalty. The president wanting the jacket more than fusion symbolizes humanity choosing image over substances. It's the perfect modern myth. We want to look powerful, not be involved, which is why Trump is so obsessed with gold, because he thinks he's royalty. Okay, the Pleiadians, their 9 seconds of silence is a story most symbolic moment. The myth silence from higher beings means sorrow, disappointment, mourning, recognition of civilization's immaturity. It's the cosmic version of, oh, seriously, this is what we're doing? This is how we're doing it? No one wants to grow cosmically. No one wants to go spiritually. Everyone wants to follow this old regime. No. When they start showing, that means a new age is here. This is satire. We think we're champions, but we're the joke. Humanity crowned itself like a kingdom no one else wants because they're still stuck in 3D. To sum it up, the Pleiades in the story symbolize the future humanity could have, and the tragedy is that we chose ego, spectacle, and profit over evolution every single time. It's the age of Aquarius, literally. And with that said, let me give you a little insight of the age of Aquarius. Now, the esoteric, I can't even speak, esoteric and astrological and new age tradition, the Pleiadians symbolize higher consciousness, collective awakening, transparency, unity, and technological enlightenment. The collapse of old power structure. Okay. Now, that is exactly the energy associated with the Age of Aquarius. So in this story, the Pleiades aren't aliens. They're a mythic stand in for Aquarian shift. They represent truth over secrecy, evolution over ego, collective progress over authoritarian control, enlightenment over spectacle. They are the future walking into the present. So when they start showing AI images, wherever it comes from, they're showing you that the Age of Aquarius is here, and they're here to judge. They're here to clean. They're here to show you what's right and what's chaos. If they're showing up at Trump's doorstep, even though it's AI image, that is a clear war. That isn't a clear war, but that is a clear sign that they are literally here to clean out the riffraff and here to reveal what's been hidden. So be prepared for more scandals, more things being leaked, because that's what they're here for. Now, Trump in the story equals the old age Pisces trying to hold on to. Now, this is symbolic, not literal. It's mythic framing. Pisces is hierarchy, secrecy, saviors, illusion, power concentrated in a few. Aquarius is transparency, decentralization, collective power, truth, awakening. So when you say Trump is desperately trying to prevent the Age of Aquarius, you're speaking in archetype, it's not political claims. In the story, the Pleiades offer enlightenment. Aquarius, he's offering him the Aquarius age. He's saying, look, what are you doing? Trump like, no, I love your red and gold uniforms. Come to the UFC. He don't want people to think for themselves. He wants to give them the option to think and then tell them what to think. You understand what I'm saying? He wants the jacket. See, Trump, you know what he did? The president counters with ego, branding, and spectacle. That's clear Pisces age. He wants the jacket. Trump clings to an image of control while the new age offers truth and transformation. It may be a myth, but it's fact. So the criminal team, the gasp of the old system. Again, symbolic, not literally accusations. Understand, this is all symbolic. The mythic language, the old guard always resists change. He resisting change. Okay. Fears transparency because he's afraid he may be exposed. Clings to hierarchy because that's what he thrives on. Tries to maintain the old order. Or I'm sorry, the old order. Sorry about that. Now, this is the classic transition between ages. The old age fights to survive. We have new age fighting with the old age, literally. The new age arrives. The Pleiadians disappoint symbolizes the universe is saying you're not ready because you're still choosing ego over evolution. Okay, fine. I guess trying to be diplomatic with you is something that you don't understand. He don't understand diplomacy. He don't understand compromising. He don't understand force. Okay, that's what you want. Now, why this resonated with so many people, why they shared, why was it trending of all AI images of Trump? Well, because the collective feels that shift. If you're still waking up at 2 to 4 a.m. in the morning because something is just going to happen, the shift is going to take place again. Not in favor of Pisces either. Because the collective feels a shift, institution collapsing, secrets leaking, technology accelerating, power structure shaking, people waking up. Truth becomes harder to hide. So to sum it up, you see the Pleiadians in the story are aliens to hold on with ego, branding, and control. It's not about politics. It's about the cosmic shift we're all living through right now. And with that said, let's move on to the next. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Kennedy Center. Okay? Kennedy Center says it's fully, they said the name is fully removed, Trump's name from the building. So his name is fully removed from the building. On a President JFK's legacy. Now, the ruling forced the Senate to remove Trump's name from the building facade, the website, the YouTube, official documents, email signatures, invitations, because Trump wanted his name everywhere. It was illegal. He shouldn't have done it. I don't even know what narcissistic, psycho, sick fuck would even think to say, okay, let's put his name on it. Why would he even want to put his name on top of someone's name? Why? So, on top of JFK's anyway. I mean, the two they were cheating. They were never faithful to their spouse. That's truth. Okay, that's definitely true. Okay, and they were addicted to some kind of source. But when it comes to morality, human decency, and fairness, Trump don't match the JFK. That's just a fact. I mean, JFK may have been a horny nut basket, but end of the day, he had a heart. He had a conscience. Trump don't have a conscience. He has an ego. His conscience don't exist. So workers physically removed Trump's name from the building. In the pre-dawn operation, crews put up scaffolding. Apparently, they put this scaffolding cage up, covered it with tarps, and took down the large bronze letters from the facade. Hundreds of people gathered in the rain to watch, some shouting, "Cover up!" as the tarps hit the removal because Trump ordered them to put the tarp up there to cover up them removing it, and he threatened their lives too. I mean, he was throwing out threats. I kill them. I kill the workers. I would do this. They put that down. I would have them hunted. I have my people. Trump was throwing out so many damn threats, so they had to call the cops to protect these workers. And then they just put a tarp up there to cover them doing it. Trust me, the workers did not want to put a tarp up there, but they were afraid for their lives, so they had to do what they had to do, unfortunately, because our president is a psychopath and he's a freaking terrorist.
It is 12 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, and this is the official deadline a federal judge has given the Trump administration to remove President Trump's name from the Kennedy Center building. As you can see, there's still a tarp in front of the sign, but we've been told that the Trump administration has filed court documents indicating that they have officially removed President Trump's name from this building. Now, there are several dozens of bystanders here trying to witness this tarp come down, but it's unclear at this moment in time when that's going to be. But I've talked to some people that have been here since 6 a.m. today, or even the night prior, watching the deconstruction of his name being taken down. And they said that this really gives them a sense of hope, that they agree with the federal judge's decision to remove his name because he did not get congressional approval to do so. And they really talked about how it's sad of them to see so many changes go through the Kennedy Center. And this is really about protecting the creative art spaces in this country. And they say that the federal judge's decision really just symbolizes just how there's checks and balances that even the Trump administration has to uphold at this time.
So yes, Trump is literally having to put that tarp up there, which is illegal, by the way. And the workers are not listening, so the judge may have to order them to remove that tarp because the tarp being up there is illegal. But you know what? Trump don't follow rules, and he threatened judges and stuff of that nature. So any judge that opposes Trump, they have to get higher security because he's getting constant threats. Just saying. This is them removing the name, as you can see here. You're moving the name. Someone got a sneak peek in between the curtain and the tarp. And there's something very beautiful happened. I witnessed this same thing happening during the funeral of the late Queen Elizabeth. A rainbow showed up because you gotta understand, late Queen Elizabeth, no offense, was not let's just say she was not well liked at all. She was racist and she ran that monarchy like any other egregious, cruel, racist man. So the late Queen Elizabeth, when she died, a lot of people were not sad, by the way, but when she died, a rainbow showed up as well when she died. When a rainbow shows up, it's the universe being pleased on what's happening in that area. Okay, now look. As you can see here, a beautiful rainbow showed up during the tip down of Trump's name. And as you can see, it was surrounding the firmament, which is why it looked that way. This was early in the day before they put the tarp up and they finished putting those scaffolding or scalding, whatever the hell you call them, stupid things, them cages up. That was before that happened. Okay? It was a beautiful rainbow. As you can see there, beautiful, beautiful rainbow. Look at that. Showed up. So that means that the universe and our guardians, our goddesses were very pleased what was being done. Now, what they're not pleased with is that tarp still being up there. So I want to point that out. Now, let's talk about Trump lies. Okay. Trump administration tried to stop the removal and lost. The administration argued that Trump's name helped attract donors, that removing it will harm fundings. In reality, that wasn't true. It lost donors and millions of dollars, and then the appeals court denied the request to delay the removal. The renaming itself was controversial from the start. After taking office for the second term, Trump fired the Kennedy Center's president and board, and Stott Loyalist was then named chairman of the fucking board, and added his own name to the building in December 2025. And it was told that he wanted to take down the Statue of Liberty and put his face up there. Several artists canceled performance and protest, so they lost money, and the integrity and the reason for this building lost its value because he put his name up there. Now, removal marks the end of Trump's attempt to control the institution. Politico describes it as the end of Trump's longtime effort to assert control over one of Washington's most iconic cultural landmarks. So to sum it up, the Kennedy Center removing Trump's name isn't just a legal decision, it's symbolic. It's the old age trying to stamp itself onto a cultural institution and the system pushing back. In mythic terms, it's Pisces trying to override Aquarius, and the universe is saying no. So there's going to be a struggle between the old age and the new age. Old age is what Trump and his team are. The new age is the truth, and empire is leaking the truth of corruption, illegal trafficking, anything egregious, disheartening, sick, and vile, and malevolent. That's the old age. The age of Aquarius, literally fighting with them, instantly trying to get their last minute fame, like with the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's and the Rihanna's and all these other people who are part of the old age, because Beyonce is still part of the new age, believe it or not, but who's part of the old age are going to desperately trying to get that last minute fame because they feel something changed, that cosmic influence that was on them from the celebrities. We didn't talk about some celebrities. Let's talk about them right now. Good point.
Blinded by them. You need that.
Interesting. All righty, with that said, let's start this off with Ariana Grande, sudden weight change. As most of you have read, watched, and heard, something is going on with Ariana Grande. Her weight change has baffled and concerned people. It seems that people's online have been buzzing about Ariana Grande's recent weight loss, especially after her appearances during the Wicked press cycle and her up Instagram posts and da-da-da-da. Let's talk about that.
Why does Ariana Grande weigh only 60 pounds yet still push through a tour? Nobody realized this would be her final performance. After 7 years, Ariana Grande kicked off another tour, but when the camera zoomed in, her sternum was very prominent, her collarbones sharply visible, and even the area near her shoulders seemed almost to pierce through the skin. Nobody noticed that 3 details revealed this was Ariana's final tour. First, Ariana Grande's physical condition no longer allowed her to perform long, high-intensity shows. Her extremely frail body meant her bones often suffered wear and tear during movements, each motion causing significant pain. She had to re-choreograph her dances and take a break every 15 minutes. Second, during the tour, Ariana Grande played a short film in which she lay in surgical chairs at different stages of her life, undergoing memory erasure procedures. Walking past each operating room as if mourning her former selves, every gesture signaled that this was not just a tour, but a funeral she was holding for her pop star image. Most importantly, Ariana herself called this tour her final celebration. Many speculate that even if she doesn't retire this time, her future career path will likely take a different direction.
Well, I hope she doesn't retire. I mean, this is really sad. She's a very talented woman. She went through some crap, and I feel that her support system is definitely not there. But with that said, here's another video I want you guys to take a look at, okay? Just a moment.
is it appropriate to talk about Ariana Grande's weight? Now, at what point is it appropriate to talk about Ariana Grande's weight? Now, I want to make it clear that I am a man and no one really asked for my opinion on the situation. So I'm genuinely asking, right? And I also want to be fair because there have been situations in the past where celebrities have had like really dramatic weight losses and they were ridiculed for it. And then it would come out later that they had some illness where they had nothing that they could do, right? Also, I'm not saying that Ariana Grande can't look however she'd like. However, I, like a lot of other people, see her in the screenshots from her new tour and are a little bit concerned that her life is in danger, right? That's not me gossiping. That's not me trying to stir up drama for clicks necessarily. This is me just as a person with eyes observing something that doesn't seem right. That being said, Ariana Grande has a vast array of resources. And again, like she could have some other unrelated medical issue that isn't directly in her control, where even bringing this up could be really unfair or like really hurtful to her should she see it. However, when other pop stars have had other health issues like addiction or something like that, it's not really considered messed up to be like, hey, like this is clearly a person that's not in complete control. So I'm just asking, like, what is the line? Where is the line? Maybe like a woman could comment on this, right? Because in my mind, I'm a little concerned about the fact that a lot of young girls look up to Ariana Grande, and she, in my opinion, does not fit the standard of what I would consider to be healthy, but I'm not a doctor, right? I'm really not trying. So I truly just want someone to just making this up. Like, am I just being callous right now? Or do I not like understand the female figure as much as I thought I did? And all peace and love to Ariana Grande. She has really base politics. She has beautiful songs, and I'm excited for her new album to be out and for her to communicate her art with her fans. Just something about this whole album rollout doesn't seem right to me, and I just wanted to make a video about it. I wonder if anyone else feels that way too. If you do, then please like, share, and especially comment. Making videos for you guys is my full-time job, or you can also support me personally by listening to my music. My new single, Walk With Me, is on all platforms. At what point is it a...
Now, I did read somewhere that she was going through a breakup. She broke up with her boyfriend who she was with for like 2 years, 3 years or something like that. That's what I have read, that she was going through a breakup with her boyfriend who she was with like 2, 3 years. And child molestation, thing that was going on in Hollywood when she was a childhood star on Nickelodeon. That came out, that brought back a lot of tragic memories. And among everything else, and her support system is definitely not there. You barely see her parents or whoever her parents are. I don't even know her parents. So she don't have the support system. And that's what the co-star of that movie was doing for her, that black lady who named escaped me. She was offering her support system. She's just going through a really hard time right now. What zodiac sign is Ariana Grande? I should have definitely figured that out because I really don't know. So here's the real truth, the real safe and factual truth. Let me just give you guys a breakdown of that because that's really important right now. Ariana addressed the comments this year. She did address the comments. She did. Let me show a picture showing her skeleton. Okay. Ariana, okay. She did address the comments earlier this year. She said her before body, the one people keep comparing her to, was actually when she was unhealthy, struggling mentally, and on medications that affected her weight. So she said her old body, which is the body that we're used to seeing. Let me see here. Hold on. Her old body that we're used to seeing, she said that's when she was unhealthy. She told the fans, the body you're comparing my current body, which is the skeletal body, the current body, to what was the unhealthier version of me. She asked people to stop commenting on women's bodies, even if they think it's a compliment. So the story is Ariana got skinny. The story that she wants people to know is she wants people to stop projecting their insecurities onto celebrities. Ariana had to remind the world that bodies change and that health doesn't look one way. And she is right about that part. Interestingly, so her recent breakup on other events surrounding her trying to rationalize or normalize her skeleton weight loss is all about, I don't know, because of her own securities. That's the image and the message she's trying to say. Like, she losing weight is her taking control of her body. Like I said, she's trying to rationalize all the drama in her life and send her weight loss to just her opinion only, and we need to just mind our goddamn business. Just sum it the fuck up. That's what she basically said. So, sum it up again, it's celeb news. People are talking about Ariana Grande weight again. She already told the world that her body before was, you know, her struggling the most. So the real story isn't her weight, she said. It's how obsessed people are with policing women bodies. Ariana said it's best healthy, looks different on everybody. She said this is her looking healthy, not sick. That's what she said. So it looked like she's trying to rationalize the fact that she is sick and trying to say it's normal, which I'm assuming she pretty much did in her entire life. What happened to her in Nickelodeon as a child was normal. She has a way of coping with things. It seemed like her coping mechanism and not allowing people to define her, but trying to stay abreast with the fact that she definitely has an eating problem or bulimia or whatever it's supposed to be. Let's move on to the next story. Okay, then we have Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet. These two knuckleheads. Still quiet, still together, according to public sightings. The internet keeps speculating that they broke up, but recent sightings says otherwise. That's what I'm seeing here. They were seen together at a private event earlier this spring. Kylie has been keeping her relationship low-key since the Travis era, which I don't blame her. Timothée stays out of the spotlight unless he's promoting the film. This boy is young, dumb, stupid, and he needs to fucking grow up and go and put that crap on out there. Kylie may be young, but she's definitely more mature than him. She ran an empire, even though it's based on fictitious and lies and bullcrap, but she did run a $1 billion empire, and she did become a billionaire. In terms of maturity and class, they are in two different worlds. She may be a scientific project in terms of her body from top to bottom, but however, a life that she was raised around, and that's the fact. Okay, now let me just say this: he needs to grow up. This is not going to last because he needs to grow up. I'm going to put that crap.
Honestly, shout out to Kylie Jenner, because I know that man be putting her through fucking hell. He is a badass kid. And I know you know who I'm talking about, because I've seen clips of them at every Knicks game. And that motherfucker is bad. Like, you need a leash on that motherfucker. Like, they were walking outside of the stadium and he saw a group of fans that were celebrating their win, and he jumps into the crowd and he's pulling on his shirt and he's screaming. I'm like, that is a bad kid. Like, I know a baby kid when I see one. Like, I just know that motherfucker putting her through some kind of hell, y'all. He is funny.
No wonder Kylie Jenner puts up with the erratic Timothée Chalamet. Instead of breaking up with him, he offers her 3 things Travis Scott couldn't give her in 6 years together. After the New York Knicks won the game, Timothée acted wildly. Many viewers criticized him for stealing the spotlight from the team, and Kylie looked visibly embarrassed beside him. Even with such an awkward scene, she chose to tolerate him and force a smile. Why is that? First, her 6-year on-and constantly surrounded by dating rumors, leaving the two stuck in endless suspicion and drama. By contrast, over her 3 years with Timothée, there have been no cheating scandals tied to him. He always considers her and her kids, so she never has to live in constant anxiety. Second, Travis lives in a world of rap parties, completely out of sync with Kylie, who prioritizes motherhood and her business. He can never understand her struggles. Timothée, however, works in film and fashion. He accompanies her to galas and fashion shows and respects that her children and career come first. Most importantly, Travis refused to make their relationship public. For years, he rarely introduced her to his family and friends, and seldom talked about their 2 kids. Timothée, on the other hand, openly confessed his love and thanked her from award show stages, granting her the dignity and sense of belonging she never had before. What do you think about this?
I'm gonna tell you what I think about it. Apparently, Kylie and Timothée are still doing their low-key thing. No drama, no breakup, just two rich introverts minding their own business. Yeah, sure, introverts. Let's go ahead and go with that. That's what their media is basically saying. I'm gonna tell you one thing here. I'll be real with you. Money can buy beauty, man. Look at this woman. Look at this. This is all plastic surgery. Ladies and gentlemen, if you feel that you are not pleased with your body, okay, and this is Richard Pryor seeking in, so because I watched a Richard Pryor movie yesterday, and I'm trying to channel him seriously. I gotta give you guys entertainment. You only hear my voice, so I gotta entertain you somehow. Okay, look. If you are not pleased with your body, ladies and gentlemen, use Kylie Jenner as an inspiration that money can buy beauty. This girl was a freaking fly swat. Okay? She was straight up and down. She had no curves. She didn't have a body like a colored woman or a Hispanic woman, because that's literally how they look. They look like Hispanic women or mixed women. Money can buy beauty. The boobs are fake. The hips are fake. The ass is fake. The lips is fake. She went from looking like a straight up boy body to looking very gorgeous. I have to give the girl props. She looks gorgeous. So if you're not happy with your body, buy beauty. Look at Cardi B. She lost her goddamn, we need to talk about Cardi B too. We're going to talk about her because she's losing her damn mind with all these plastic surgery. I don't know what her goddamn problem is. She needs to speak to a psychologist, a therapist, or something like that. She's going to be 50 years old, still hollering about the stripper pole. We need to move on. Okay? I got to give this to Kylie Jenner for her bought-made beauty. Where is that? Hold on. Where's the fascination emoji I'm trying to find? Hold on just a second. Look at this woman. I wish I could do it before and after. Oh, my freaking goodness. Seriously. Oh, my gosh. This is how I'm feeling right now. Literally. She bought beauty. I got to put that up there again. Seriously. Seriously. Now, okay, let me move on. So if you're not happy with your body, look at Kylie Jenner as inspiration. She bought everything on her goddamn body. All her body is made in the factory. Now, moving right along here, we're going to talk about Beyonce here. It seems that fans are buzzing because Beyonce has been dropping subtle visual coded posts. There's speculation about a Renaissance Act 3 announcement. Did she just go on tour? Well, if you got nothing else to do what you got to do. Her and she is half Scorpio, so they love the spotlight. They love transforming themselves into whatever they need to transform themselves into. Her team has been unusually quiet, which usually means something is coming. That's what they're saying. I don't personally care, but you guys care about this kind of stuff, so I'm going to go and deliver it to you. Take it to this clip. Now I got to pull up this clip because for some reason this clip didn't want to play, and I was prepared this time. So let me pull up the clip for you guys because they want to pick me off about the clip. I was like, okay, why aren't my clip showing? But not playing. Why is it showing and not playing in terms of the volume? That made me really mad. I was like, okay, so now we're doing this again? Okay, fine. I don't know why certain clips do that, but it's freaking annoying. Here's the clip. Now this is a true Beyonce fan. He breaking it down into the 4 horsemen because, Beyonce is obsessed with horses. I don't even think she have a freaking stable, even grew up around horses. She just so happened to look good on a damn horse. It's all about PR. And she's from Texas. So that girl don't got no damn stable. She don't have a farm. She didn't grow up around her horses. The breakdown of these cockamamie horses. But let's just want the biblical and truth authentic breakdown. I did a whole video about it. If I find it, I'll post it. It really tells you what's going to transpire in this new age, and it tells you where we at in current news and current elements and prophecies when it comes to these horses. I did a whole live show about it too. But take a listen to what he has to say.
A drill. I genuinely think I have cracked it. It not only explains Act 1 and Act 2, but also predicts what we're going to get for Act 3. And what about the fourth horse? Act 4? So let's just start with something familiar. We all know the four horsemen of the apocalypse. If you know, you know. Each one brings something catastrophic. Death, famine, war, and conquest. But let me just recap each one and you might start connecting the dots. Pale horse, death. This one symbolizes literal death, plague, and the underworld. Black horse, famine. It brings scarcity, starvation, and economic collapse. Red horse, war. It rides with a sword and leaves conflict and bloodshed in its path. White horse, conquest, or sometimes false peace and deception. Now here's the order I think Beyonce is referencing the horses, not in the biblical order, but in her order. Act 1, pale horse. Act 2, white horse. Act 3, prediction, red horse. Black horse. So I believe the mirrored horse is Beyonce's interpretation of the pale horse. We saw this visual so much throughout Renaissance, the mirrored horse, it was absolutely everywhere. So here's the theory. I don't think Beyonce's just referencing the horsemen. I think she's flipping it. She's doing reverse horsemen. She's changing the themes around. She changes death into celebration. I mean, she literally changes.
Ho, the phone.
Just referencing the horsemen.
What is this? Did she get a boob job? These are fake titties. I don't give a damn what you say. Her boobs are not that big. My boobs aren't that big. But her boobs are not that big. These are fake titties. Either that they photoshopped this shit or she got a boob job. I don't want to hear no twins lefties. No. When that milk drain, your titties become saggy as hell. I want to hear that shit. No. This is silicone to the fullest. She got a boob job. Is she going to admit it? Nope. She want people to think she's all natural. Everything's natural. The hair is natural. The boob is natural. The booty's natural. Everything's natural. Bullshit. These are fake titties. I don't care what y'all say. These are fake titties. But let me let you guys continue on watching this reverse of the Four Horsemen.
She's doing reverse horsemen absolutely everywhere. So here's the theory. I don't think Beyonce's just referencing the horsemen. I think she's flipping it. She's doing reverse horsemen. She's changing the themes around. She changes death into celebration. I mean, she literally changes death into a celebration. Renaissance isn't mournful, it's joyful. It's a celebration of queer nightlife. It literally takes something that is a mournful theme and makes it celebration and joy. Act 2, Cowboy Carter. The theme should be conquest for the white horse, but instead the reverse, the opposite of that is truth. And that's exactly what Cowboy Carter is. And also the very definition of conquest is the assumption of control. And literally the CMA's backlash, assumption of control, Beyonce literally turns that assumption of control on its head and gives us truth. This backlash forced her to look into her roots, forced her to look into country music, and it brought out this brilliant album that shed so much light on what was typically whitewashed. And in biblical tradition, the white horse symbolizes false peace and deception, which is literally Cowboy Carter, the Carter family, deep cut, if you know, you know, who were the face of country music. And what greater deception there was in country music and music history, and history in general, is the complete whitewashing of things that were originally black. Act 3, red horse. This is my prediction that we're going to have a red horse for Act 3. The only hint we've had at red horses is this from the British Vogue editorial. Other than that, we've not seen them anywhere, so which is why I think she's saving it for Act 3. And if the pattern holds true, red horse is war, and that would be war into rebellion. Each act has reclaimed a black genre of music. We had Act 1, Renaissance, with house music. We had Act 2, Cowboy Carter, with country music, which leads in right into rock music. It was the birth of rock and roll music. And that's another genre that's been typically whitewashed. It's been highly theorized by pretty much every Beehive member now that we think Act 3 will be rock and roll. And if these Cowboy Carter teasers are anything to go by, sometimes Beyonce lays it out in plain sight for us. And also in this Cowboy Carter era, we've had the Levi's ads, which has hinted at the genres. And the next one, people are thinking Beyonce is going to recreate this Levi's ad, where a blonde lady goes into a gas station toilet, takes her disguise off, the blonde wig, and goes back to her natural black hair. And this could be the transition from the wigs and the blonde hair and platinum hair she's been wearing in Cowboy Carter to black hair. Everybody's been thinking the rock vibe, it's going to be black hair. So then we have the fourth missing horse, Famine. So we know it's going to be a 3-act project. Beyonce said that. But Beyonce doesn't do things in 3s. She does things in 4s. And there's 4 horses. And the last horse is Famine. Now, this is where the theory gets interesting. So we've had 3 albums, or we're going to get 3 albums. So what would the 4th horse be if we're not getting a 4th album? Well, so the very reverse of famine is abundance or plenty. What could we get in abundance or plenty that would feed us all, that we've been asking for? I don't know. What if we got the Renaissance film, or a Cowboy Carter film, or these Cowboy Carter visuals that we've had teased? Or Lawbreaker's theory that there's a movie coming with Jordan Peele. And let's not forget the Renaissance visuals. We still haven't had these. Or the perfect theory that this creator's come up with to feed us and to give us an abundance, to indulge and for us to gorge on. What if Parkwood did an app? What if we got every Beyonce documentary, every film, every interview, every music video, every behind the scenes, every photo shoot? What if this creator's right and Parkwood has an app coming? So is this theory too far, or does it make perfect sense? I mean, death into celebration, conquest into truth, war into rebellion, and famine into abundance. She's not channeling the apocalypse. She's undoing it. She's the reverse horseman, the anti-apocalypse. And we're all here for the ride. Beehive, this is not a drill. I genuinely think I've
All righty then. Now that we got that out of the way, I was not following it at all. But if they're saying that it's her reverse, whatever she reversing, that's her business. I don't care. Okay, now the Beehive is out vibrating again. Beyonce's been dropping quiet hints and da-da-da-da, and it is what it is. So y'all go ahead and follow that. If she's trying to do her new thing and new whatever she's trying to do, y'all go ahead and handle that. Okay, let's move on to Doja Cat. Okay, so Doja Cat, which I'm going to deep dive here. Doja Cat is a very peculiar young lady here. I don't follow her music. I don't even believe I listen to her music. She just don't strike. I just don't care. But, you know, I've been told to do a story about her, so I'm going to go ahead and break down the Doja. Okay, Doja has continued her anti-fan cultural stance. She's still refusing to call her supporters a fan base. She's been telling people online to touch grass and stop obsessing over celebrities. So she's saying this: enjoy her music, enjoy her art, her entertainment. If you buy it, wonderful, but don't obsess over her. That's literally what she's saying. I can understand the message behind it, but Doja is giving me some spoiled brat, stop loving me, but still love me kind of thing. She's giving smoke and mirrors and shit. You know what I mean? But whatever. Anyway, she's young and doing what she has to do, and whatever. Anyway, she's been telling people to touch grass and all that stuff. She doubled out on not wanting a parasocial relationship. This has kept her in a weird space because they don't know where to put her. Like, should we fan her? Should we not fan her? Should we buy merchandise? Should we not buy merchandise? What exactly is she saying? She's saying this. Who the fuck knows what she's saying? I don't even think she even know what the hell she's saying. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know. But maybe I'll find out by the end of this damn video because she's giving me a headache. This is how I'm feeling about this girl. I'm sorry. This is me when it comes to Doja. Seriously. And this is also me. For real. Like, okay, what are you saying? Seriously. And this is me. If it comes up. Okay, it's not coming up, but whatever. Anyway, I wanted to put up like the angry eyes, but it's not coming up. Who cares? Anyway, let me just get on to Doja and her weird stuff. But her music is charting, but her relationship with fans is still icy. Okay? So then we talk about the new era, the dark, experimental, unapologetic era that she's going in. Doja is still in her dark punk influence era, and she's not backing down. Recent performances and visuals have linked into horror aesthetics, demonic symbolism, shaved eyebrow, shaved head, heavy body art, anti-pop star energy. She's basically saying, I'm not here to be pretty or palatable. And honestly, that's her brand now. She be whatever she want to be. She want to be ugly, goofy, stupid. Who gives a damn? She's here to bring something. Maybe psychiatric ward, insaneness, artistic creativity. Who the fuck cares? This is what she tried to bring. I'm sorry. I don't care about this girl. Okay. The music industry is split. Some execs or critics love her artistic risk-taking. Others think she's alienating her core audience because she don't know what she wants because she's a spoiled, ungrateful little brat. Others think she's literally losing her mind. But the numbers and her streams are strong, so they like her weirdness. They like her wishy-washy, whatever multi-personality, insane asylum kind of thing she got going on here. So the streams are strong and her touring is profitable. She's still one of the most talked about artists online. Love me, but don't love me. Doja is her own rebelling era because, you know, her rising sign is a Sagittarius and they rebel as hell. All they want to do is just rebel and start shit with people. Them and Aries should be buddies. Doja's in a rebellion era. And it's working for her creatively. Let me just break it down a little bit more for you, okay? Because her signs would definitely tell you what's wrong with the goofy ass girl. Okay, you can understand. Doja's sun is a Libra. She was born October 21st, 1995. Okay, I think she's in her 30s, I believe. Libra energy equals charm, artistry, aesthetics, duality, okay, and reinvention. Okay, so they love the artistry, the aesthetics, the duality, the reinvention. They love all that crap. This is what they love. Venus rule. If you believe in planets, I believe in Venus, the cosmic, the star, not the planet, but whatever. Venus rule explains her fashion, visual, and constant shape-shifting. Okay. That's what Venus root is. Libra in her 12th house, according to the astral twins, gives her that mysterious, spiritual, behind-the-scenes creative depth. Because she has Libra in her 12th house, so her creativity is beyond whatever. And then this is where it gets sick. Her moon is a Virgo. So her emotional world is analytical, perfectionistic, and private. So she paid attention to every solitary detail on top of being a Libra, which is a weird combination, which makes her weird as hell. Her emotional world is literally all over the place. Her Virgo moon explains why she's maliciously about visuals. Visuals is so detailed and reinvention and so neatly picked. Also why she can be blunt and critical. Virgo moons don't sugarcoat. They tell you how it is. And I used to work with one and it was freaking annoying. They literally tell you how it is. Very rude people, but very honest in some form of way. But then she has a rising sign Sagittarius. It gives her boldness, shock value, and I do what the hell I want energy. Ain't never faithful. They're always on a hunt for something new, something exciting. They're always on a hunt. Gotta have something new. I'm getting bored. I need something new. Which is why she's always switching up everything because she get bored easily. Like most Sagittarius, they get bored very easily. Okay? Sagittarius is rising, equal, provocative, adventurous, boundary pushing. This is the fire behind a rebellious era. On top of her being a fucking Virgo and a Libra. which is why she's all over the goddamn place. She's never going to change. She's going to always be on a hunt. She's never going to be satisfied. She's going to be here or there, changing up every 5 seconds because of being a Sagittarius rising, which means you have a sprinkle both on your sun and your moon, which makes you just so not pleasable. Now, what makes so much sense symbolically is her Libra sun. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, you guys. Her Libra sun, the artist. She's always balancing dualities, cute versus creepy, pop versus punk, beauty versus grotesque. That's pure fucking Libra. Her Virgo moon, the perfectionist behind the cast, is someone who's extremely calculated. Like she calculates every psychotic move, design. She got to have it down to a science. Okay. But then you have her Sagittarius rising, which is a rebel prophet. This is the part of her that burns down her own fan base, rejects idol worship, reinvents herself with zero apology because she has a detail-oriented perfections of a Virgo, but she has the artistry of a Libra. But she's a Sagittarius rising, which makes her on the hunt, never satisfied, and she don't know what she wants, which means to be her significant other would drive you fucking nuts because she's all over the goddamn place. She's going to always be like this unless she has some structure and some discipline. So why Libra makes sense for her era right now? Libra is the sign of mask, personas, duality, aesthetic transformation. Doja entire career is built on shape-shifting, switching genres, switching looks, switching energies, challenging beauty standards. That's Libra signature all the way. This is why it fits into the Age of Aquarius shadow archetype so perfectly. Because symbolically, she's the shadow side of the Age of Aquarius. Doja Cat represents rebellion, anti-idol culture, breaking the celebrity worship system, rejecting parasocial attachment. Like, love my music, love me, my music, my artistry, but don't worship me. She don't want you to worship her, but then again, she do, but she don't. She exposed the dark side of fame. She's the Aquarius shadow, the part of the collective awakening that says, stop worshiping, stop worshiping celebrities. Think for yourself. Even if she delivers it with claws out, that's what she's saying. So sum it up. You want to go ahead and put it out there. Doja Cat is still in her anti-fan, anti-idol era. She's rejecting celebrity worship, pushing dark visuals, and telling fans to stop obsessing over her celebrities, like them, and keep them moving. Symbolically, she's a shadow side of the Age of Aquarius, which literally is dead set against idolatry. The part that forces people to wake up and stop idolizing celebrities. Most Aquarius don't idol anyone. They're fans, and as far as it goes, they probably won't even ask for a celebrity's autograph. They won't be the one screaming in concerts. They'll be one looking at everybody else screaming like, why are you screaming? She's just a human being standing on the fucking stage singing. She's not a goddess or god or something. Give me a break. That's my mind way of thinking because I'm Aquarius, but I'm just going to point that out there. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. We said, well, Virgo, you'll love me in the morning, honey. Chat, you got me. You already Virgo's rule. You know. Yeah, I hear you. All right, with that said, let's get on to Cardi B and her nonsense. I want to point out, I don't really like talking about Cardi B. I don't care. But I'm going to go ahead and put it on out there. Okay, talk about the Cardi to the B. Cardi B stole the spotlight during the Game 3 of 2026 NBA Finals in Madison Square Garden. She performed Bodega Body from her latest album, Am I the Drama? I don't have that nasty ass album, and I don't want it either. Bodak Yellow turning the arena into a full concert. The crowd went wild and social media lit up because ABC barely aired the performances, which made fans mad. I'm glad they didn't because I didn't want to see it. Cardi B turned the NBA Finals into her own concert. Fans are mad at ABC because they didn't see her naked booty, her silicone puncture booty, her fake titties, and fake plastic surgery, and fake. They didn't see it, and they were pissed. They wanted to see the booty. They wanted to see the fake, and they were pissed. Like, show us the booty. Oh, my gosh. Let me go back. I got more to say. I'm sorry. This is hilarious. Okay, talking about the Cardi B versus Latto or Latto, how do you pronounce her name? The apology diss track. This is the real jump right now. Later or Latto or Latai, what the fuck her name is, confirmed in the Breakfast Club that her new song "Gimme That" is referencing to Cardi B. So she's trying to jump on the Cardi B fame train to get some recognition. So karma is a bitch. Cardi responded with a public apology explaining the leak 2025 phone call happened when she was 8 months pregnant. So she was just hormonal and just, feeling herself. She was overwhelmed with emotion and didn't mean to disrespect. She tried multiple times in 2025 to 2026 to reconcile privately. So I guess all the other times she cussed out women because she was pregnant. Girl, whatever. She said she always had love and respect for Latto, however you pronounce her name, but the Latto person chose to address it on her album instead. So here's the clip.
Imagine being friends with someone only to find out they were talking bad about you with your enemies. Early last year, a conversation between Cardi B and Ice Spice's manager surfaced online, where Cardi was heard using negative words about Latto during a time when Latto and Ice Spice were actively beefing. Although Cardi B later publicly apologized and even promised to buy Latto Chanel bags and Birkins to make things right, which turned out Latto never really bought the apology. In her new song, Gimme Dat, Latto appeared to reference the situation, making it clear that material gifts mean very little to her when her man, 21 Savage, can already buy her millions of those things. Latto also shed more light on whether there could ever be a reconciliation between her and Cardi B during her recent tell-all interview with The Breakfast Club. And based on her response, it seems like there may still be some unresolved feelings between the two women.
So are you not still going to accept the bag from Cardi?
Yeah.
On that, you have a verse where you talk about, you say, bitch said what, let's clock it, really got a Hermes stir in my closet, talking about buying Big Mama a bag like a nigga ain't already bought it, like my nigga ain't already coming off racks, big bank, big facts. And we know that Cardi apologized publicly to you after she went on that rant against Ice Spice and mentioned you, and mentioned buying you a bag in private. And then this line came in. The fans were like, is she talking to Cardi? What's going on? Like, everybody's trying to piece it together and figure that out.
Well, yes. Yeah, it was about Cardi. Like we were saying earlier, like I rap about what's going on in my life at the moment. At the time, first of all, I made this album over 9 months. I made the album while I was pregnant. And I was at an early stage in my pregnancy. And I rushed to the studio to do this verse for her in time for the first week sales, whatever. And
for Airtime.
Yeah, for the Airtime remix. And literally like 2 days later, I'm all over the internet, I'm being called pussy. I'm pregnant, emotions high, like
hormonal.
And it's someone I dead ass looked at as a friend. Like I understand this industry shit first too, but we was on a texting basis. So I feel like you tweeted to the world, but we got each other number.
So y'all never talked personally after that, around that.
So then like probably like 2 months later, something like that, she did text me, but by that time I'm like, that ain't even like, I'm not even thinking about that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? So
have y'all spoke since then?
Since the song has
I haven't spoke since the record came out.
Would you be open to the conversation, or you just
I'm open to the conversation. When I don't know, because I got a baby now and some more shit. Like I got life done kept moving. But I made that like when the people just now hearing that song, but like I made that song when that was a topic in my life. It wasn't no diss. Like that's just what was happening in my life. Like you talking about buying Big Mama bag, bitch, my nigga do that. Like I don't need no damn bag. That's just where I was in life. It is what it is.
And then not to make up for calling me pussy either. Like I don't want to be.
Yeah, especially in exchange for that. Like I don't know. It just left a bad taste in my mouth. So I just like I was in the booth and that's just what was happening. And then I just said what was happening. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care. Anyway, Here's another video I want to play you guys right quick. So give me a moment. Give me a moment. I don't believe her. She went from saying early stages of her pregnancy, and then reports are saying she said 8 months when she was pregnant. So whatever. I think now she don't care about it anymore, but I think at the time she really did care about it. I don't care. But let me just play this one clip for you guys. God, these girls and they're young acting. But how old is Cardi B? Isn't she a little too old for this nonsense? I mean, my goodness.
Went on Breakfast Club and confirmed that her song Gimme That Cardi B just responded to Latto after she went on Breakfast Club and confirmed that her song Gimme That was a diss at Cardi B. Now just to bring it back to where it all began, let's not forget when Cardi said this about Latto during her Am I the Drama era. Now, after fans were bombarding Cardi with why she would say that about Latto when they literally have like 2 collabs together, she wrote, I was ranting and hot at the moment, but with Latto's heavy. I respect everything about her, including her team. That's so sweet. And no, I'm not too private to apologize to somebody I really respect. So this is my public apology. And now I'm privately going to buy her a bag. Well, Latto responded to that statement in her song Gimme That, saying, B said what? Let's clock it. Really got a Hermes store in my closet. Talking about buying Big Mama a bag like my ain't got it already. Bought it. Like, wish a B would get in the booth. I'm calling up Black Boy Max. She just now confirmed it was about Cardi on The Breakfast Club, saying, well, yes, it was about Cardi. I rap about what's going on in my life. I was at an early stage of my pregnancy and I rushed to the studio to do this first for her first week sales. Literally like 2 days later, I'm seeing all over the internet, I'm being called, I'm pregnant, emotions tied, and it was someone I deadass looked at as a friend. We was on the texting basis. I'm open to conversations. When? I don't know. It wasn't a diss. It was where I was in life. Well, Cardi has responded to the interview saying, I truly understand how you feel, and that's exactly why I chose to apologize publicly because the disrespect became public. On that call, I didn't even mean to call you that. I didn't mean harm, but it was a heated conversation and I let my mouth get the best of me. When the call came out, I was 8 months pregnant, had just released my album and was extremely overwhelmed and emotional. In 2025 and 2026, I made multiple attempts to connect. I spoke with your manager, your sister, and even texted you directly to take full responsibility. I wanted to connect with you, but you wanted to address it on your album. Cardi really said, you could have texted me, but instead you wanted clout off my name on your album. Oh, Latto, what is your response to this? Are the girlies gonna get back together? And whose side are y'all on? Cardi B just responded to Latto after she went on Breakfast Club and confirmed that her song Gimme That was a diss.
Sorry, you guys, I'm leaving. Well, this definitely shows that I'm not paying attention to the story because I completely got that whole wrong. So Cardi B was 8 months pregnant when she was responding back. And Latto later, what the fuck her name is, she was early stage, whatever. What are they in high school? So you get pissed off at your friend and you just go in the studio and put it in your album so the whole world can know you pissed off? That is so childish. Oh my gosh, these girls are grown and acting like children. But I'm pissed off. Let me go ahead and do a diss track and have the whole world in our business and then it end up, they're just so stupid. Oh, I can't deal with these stupid people. Just so need to grow up, for real. I sound like talking about Cardi B, man. She still act like she's in a strip club or something. The girl got 50 damn kids. 50 million fucking kids. And she's still acting like she's in a strip club or in high school or on playground or something. Or roaming up through the halls and stuff. I mean, goddamn. She been married, got kids, and we still doing this childish stuff? It's stupid. Grow the hell up. Now, here's a new, I'm going to end it here with some incitement. So pay attention to my my queens and princesses here. They're dropping some knowledge, and then we're going to go out. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for standing throughout the duration of this goddamn video. but I want you guys to literally pay attention to what they're saying. Very insightful.
The child was brought here to teach their parents something. So say if you're a Virgo, you was here to teach your parents how to be more perfectionists, how to complete things. Aries was to teach their parents how to stand up, have a spine, don't let nobody push over on you. Taurus was about possession. You know, you ain't gotta be broke. You really don't. You got intelligence. Come on, mom. Dang, you all that creativity, imagination, and you say you ain't got no money, you can create money, but you're mine. You know what I mean? Gemini teaches their parents to communicate, because most likely when they created that child, they did not know how to communicate. That's what Gemini's here for. I feel sorry for them. Leo basically teaches people how to shine. The world is a stage, and I'm playing every part. Libra is more so, you've been unfair to me, and I'm going to teach you that you won't give me justice. You're going to respect me. See, Libra, that's one thing about Libra. They demand respect, even when they don't deserve it. Go on to Scorpio. Scorpio is about destruction and rebirth. They're what you call cleaning out, spring cleaning. Look, you ain't used it in 7 years, throw that mess away. What is wrong with you? This is too much clutter. Can't breathe. And if you don't get it out in time, you come home and your house is empty and everything on the curb. They don't hold on, you know, because my mom's a Scorpio. And she wake us up in the middle of the night and like, if you can't carry it on your back, it ain't going. We move it. We did a lot of moving. And, you know, she's like, we can start over. They got resale stores in every state. They got Goodwills all over. Sagittarius. Oh, those dear philosophers. Sagittarius is a beautiful sign, but they philosophize a little bit too much for me. You know, I mean, they use reason and logic, you know what I mean? And they are the opposite of Gemini, you know, but however, when they're not conscious, Sagittarius can be deadly because the centaur with the bow. Yeah. And you're like, dang, what did I do to you? Did you really get back up? And that's what that teaches you, okay? Capricorn's whole thing, they're the solitary ones. They stick to themselves. They're your organizers. They don't.
This is only for my Black American woke people. If you are still sucked into that religion that the white man gave you during slavery, he gave us that book, that Bible, and he rearranged it. It was once talking about spirituality. But if you're still sucked into that, please keep scrolling, because this is not for you. And if you come in my comment section, I will delete it, okay? I want y'all, the ones that are woke, the ones that know spirituality, I want y'all to go out in the world and do hoodoo on the government, the police officers, and the immigrants that are taken from us and protesting against our reparations. That's what I want y'all to do. Do you know how powerful our magic was? They used to pierce damn metal piercings in our mouth. They were like long metal sticks, and they would keep our mouths closed because we were putting spells on them during slavery. The slave masters gave all Black women, especially Black women, this whole title of angry Black women, because we were hard to control. And there's some woke men out there. I'm not just talking to my women. There's some woke men out there that practice spirituality. But I want you to go back to your root, and you know how to do hoodoo. And I want you to do it on the immigrants that's telling you that you are from Africa. I want you to do it on the fucking police officers that you seen hanging people, or that you know that hung somebody, or that you know that's harassing Black people. I want you to do it on government officials that's been caught doing shit to Black people. I want you to do it on every motherfucker that's wronging fucking Black people. That's what I want you to do.
And while I'm on the topic, Papa Pope said, "You've gotten yourself into a bit of trouble, Olivia, and I am here to fix it. You raised your skirt and opened your knees and gave it away to a man with too much power. You're not rare. You're not special. Your stories are different than 1,000 of the stories in this town. So you know how this goes. You can call this in your sleep. First, they'll smile, be warm, sympathetic, on your side, letting you know that they will fight for you. They will lull you into a false sense of security. And once your belly is exposed, they will gut you and everyone you know, and they will be swift about it. And by the time you realize you should be fighting back, well, you're already bleeding to death. That is you versus the presidency, Olivia. Whose victory do you think they will fight for? Whose body do you think they will bury? He would never. You and I both know that he is not in charge. Power is in charge. Power is what got him elected. I know far more than you can possibly think, and things of which you cannot dream. He told you that you would be first lady, and you believed him. Did I not raise you for better? How many times did I tell you you have to be what? You have to be what? What? You have to be twice as good to get half as much as them. Sleeping with that. God's sakes. You know to aim higher. At the very least, you could have aimed for chief of staff, secretary of state, first lady? Do you have to be so mediocre? Honey, I think that's what he said. I don't know, honey, but I think that's what he said.